Now, Cheryl, could you explain how you first became suspicious of your husband?
Yes, I went into the room one day where he had kept all his computer equipment and everything. He had gone to the surgery. I went in to look for a pen, and as I did, his computer pinged. So me being nosy, I had a look what it was, and there was a message from a young girl stating that he was sick and needed treatment. When I looked further back, he had put a message to her telling her that she was a beautiful. This aroused my suspicion because this isn't a type of thing I would have expected my husband to speak about, or the way he spoke. So I went back through his computer a bit more and got a bit more suspicious and decided that there was something going on which I needed to sort out. So I then went into my computer and went on to Bearshare, which he was a member of. I done a profile of myself as Kelly, looked at his profile when he was on his computer, came off it. Within minutes he was back on to me asking me did I want to chat. I explained to him that he was a lot older than me and I was only 14. He said that age didn't matter when you're chatting. So we started chatting. He asked me did I have a webcam. I told him no, my mum wouldn't allow me because I was only 14, emphasising that I was only 14. He then gave me his email address at hotmail.com and asked me to go on MSM and he would show me what a webcam could do. This I did to be confronted with a photo of him with a big silver chain on his neck, which started our topic of conversation. I did say I liked his chain, which I knew I had bought for him, but it went from there. Within minutes of us talking, he decided he was going to put the light on. He came back to his computer stark naked, started playing with himself and telling me what he would like to do to me, that he'd like to make love to me, the way he would like to make love to me. To me this was very distressing because this isn't a thing which my husband would have spoken about.
How did you feel about the fact that your husband was doing this to what he
Dirty,
thought was a 14-year-old girl?
Degraded. Well, it upset me, so I know how it would have felt to a 14-year-old girl. But there was, there was no remorse. It was very hard doing it.
And then you confronted him?
I confronted him on a Tuesday afternoon and I asked him, I know he'd been on Bearshare talking to women, had he ever spoken to any children? And he said, no, none whatsoever. I said, have you ever exposed yourself to a child, to an adult, sorry? And he said, oh, I'm not that stupid, I wouldn't do that. So at that point I got up and I said, oh, I'm only asking. I went to the sideboard, threw a load of paperwork at him and a load of photos, and I said, can you tell me that's not you? He just said, yes, it was me, I done it. So I said, but why did you do it? I don't know, it's probably I'm missing the children, which gave me even more doubts than what I'd already had. So I said, well, can you promise me? I said, you won't do it again. He said, no, I can't promise you. He said, I can't promise you that at all. So to my reaction to that was, right, okay, there's a window over there, there's a door over there, pick which you want to go through because you're going through one of them. He decided then he'd have to go and live in a caravan because he had nowhere else to live. Our caravan was in Pencoed. Was in Cross Hands, and he was going to bring it to Pencoed. He slept in the spare bedroom then till the following Monday, which then he went to live in the caravan. On the Tuesday, then he had a parcel delivered. I asked him what was the parcel. Oh, he said, nothing for you to worry about. But I opened it to find out it was like a memory stick thing, but you had the internet. So I thought, oh gosh, no, not again. So when he left then and took it with him, the following night, the Wednesday, I went on the computer, checked out again, and he was on there talking to people again. So I goes back on as Kelly, and it all went through again, but how he was going to meet me then at this time. He asked if he could meet me in Port Talbot. I said, well, why couldn't I come to the bus station in Bridgend to meet me there? To that he told me no, he had a stepson which is a bus driver and didn't want anything going on. So I got a bit panicky then because he asked what I'd be wearing and this, that and the other. And I sort of went as myself then and phoned him to say I was going to call in to see him on that Saturday. And he phoned Kelly as he thought up to say, you know, I can't meet you, my wife's coming down with her friend, and it went from there.
And as a result of this, you decided to call the NSPCC?
Well, I'd already decided I was going to report it, but I needed as much evidence and proof as what I could get. Well then, on the...
So you rang the NSPCC?
No, on the Sunday then, Tony came up to the house because my uncle had... His body was being brought into the church because he was Catholic, and Tony came with me. I asked him when he got to the house, have you been on the internet at all? No, he said, I'm not that stupid. Well, I said, you sure? Because you know, if you went on there talking to children, I would have to report you. No, he said, I haven't. This, I asked him within at least 7 times from the time we'd got there to the church and back. No, he said, I hadn't done it. And I said to him, you know, if I find you have, I will report you. Yes, he said, I know. So on the Monday morning, I phoned Mike Walker of the NSPCC and told him I had concerns about what was going on, told him what I'd found on the internet, and asked him could he do something, get hold of the police or whatever, as I was going to the funeral. He did what he had to. When I was coming from the funeral then, I phoned Mike and I said, right, I'm on my way home. Within about an hour and a half of me getting home, the police turned up at the door, plain clothes. And I told them, I showed them the photos, I showed them all the paperwork of what had happened. They told me they had a warrant, which I said, it doesn't matter, just take what they want. I made a statement, they had the things, the cards with the photos on. And it went from there. That was the Monday afternoon. On the Wednesday, they then went and arrested Tony. But he thought he was being arrested then for somebody talking to somebody. He didn't realise at the time that that somebody was me.